All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the DJ Gatsby Show. Now, Jacki, I see you online. Is your mic on? Are you able to?
I think it's on. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine.
Great,
All right,
wonderful.
everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the DJ Gatsby Show on WBMG TV, streaming service that I've just added to YouTube as well as Facebook Live. So we should be on Facebook Live right now at the same time.
Awesome.
Um, I want to thank everybody who joined me the previous weeks on my show to help me get it launched. Film producers from Clarendon Entertainment, Rodney Ponther and Rod Giles of New York City. Also a good friend of mine, Rod Smith, a.k.a. Rod Razor, a DJ that I've known back from the 70s. We had a group together with my brother, and he was nice of him to come on the show, tell the story a little bit about, my history as a DJ, an MC, and a rapper. But enough of all that. Today I'm on with a very good friend of mine. Actually, she's my sister-in-law, Jacki. I'm actually married to her sister, Judy. And I've known Jacki for quite a while. A very talented young lady. We're going to talk about a lot of things that she does today. I was amazed at all of the things she actually is passionate about. I knew she was a nurse, and I knew she, was an author, but I didn't know how passionate you were about being a motivational speaker, a nurse practitioner, and a motivator. So, Jacki, welcome to the show, and introduce yourself to our viewers.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, DJ Gatsby, for having me on your show and to share this moment with your audience. I am Jacki Edwards, and I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm a published author and a speaker, motivational speaker. And I am a woman of God, and I'm very proud of that. And also a mother of 5, 4 by birth and 1 by love.
All right. Well, congratulations on
Thank
all
you,
you've
thank
accomplished in your personal life. You have a lovely family. I know your family, your sons and your daughter. I said I wasn't going to talk too much about a lot of the things that you've talked about in your previous interviews. I've seen a couple of them, but you can tell us where you're from and where you are now and how you ended up here.
Well, I was born in Jamaica. As you can hear my beautiful accent,
Yes.
and migrated to New York back in 1983. I came here as a young girl. And of course, America was everything. We were looking forward to being here as a family with my dad, who was living here for many years. And, went through the process. We lived in Westchester County, went through high school, and after high school, I moved to Florida, and I went to a school there in Florida, and then I got married. Got married very young. I was 21 when I got married for the first time, and I have 2 beautiful sons, Tristan and Dujon. From that marriage, I got divorced also at a very young age. And during that time, my divorce, I decided to go back to school. And I went back to school after I was divorced. Actually, we were going through the divorce. And so, that moment was very pivotal because that's when you realize, okay, what's going on here? Where is your life going? What is it that you have to stand on? You have 2 little boys. And so I went back to school and I did my associate's degree in hospitality management. And at the time I was working for the Marriott Hotels, which I worked with the Marriott Hotels for 7 years. And then that started the process. And after I was done, I went right back and did my bachelor's degree in business management.
All right. So hold on right here. We're gonna talk about your education in a minute. It's a very big part of your story.
Yes.
You didn't just come to be a nurse practitioner and do the other things that you do without an education. So my first question to you, you say you're married, you get divorced, you're starting your life over, you decide to go to school. What made you decide nursing? Because you're very passionate about nursing. I think both Judy went to school for nursing. Your sister Barbara is a nurse. What made you decide to go into the nursing field?
Well, everyone in my household pretty much had been working in the hospital, but I had no such desire for nursing. And so it was back in, I forgot what year it was, where the terrorists hit New York and the business world crushed. I was a staff accountant at a newly developed um, it was during the time where organic foods was just coming about, and there's a
Okay.
new company, and I was the staff accountant for that new company. Really nice, cushy job. And then here goes the terrorist hit New York, and the business world, the market crashed, everything went downhill, and I was left wondering again, what do I do with my life? And so, in that, I was married now for the second time. And I realized during those moments that, okay, I need more for me because I realized that things weren't so stable at home. So, this is what I said: I want a job that I can live anywhere and work a decent salary. And so I just chose nursing as an
Okay.
occupation. That is the truth and honest. It wasn't someone who, oh, I would love to serve people, or my grandmother used to take care of her. No, it was, here's an opportunity, here's a career that I could be stable in. I could live anywhere because I thought about not living in New York for a long time.
Sure.
And so I did my nursing 2 years degree at Nassau Community College while I was pregnant and going through a very hardship moment in that marital relationship. And I mustered through. While I was pregnant with my son, I registered for nursing school and I succeeded that. And right after, I went and I did my master's in nursing. And after that, here I'm in my doctorate degree in nursing. So now I have about 11, 12 years, maybe more. I think it's 14 years in nursing. And it has been quite rewarding. Because here's the bottom line. Even though I chose a different path or career because I was looking for stability in a career, it's
Yeah.
also that I love people.
Okay. All right. So you decided to be a nurse.
Yes.
All right. So you 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 didn't stop at being an LPN. You didn't stop at being an RN. I don't know if you BSN or whatever the alphabet you have behind your name, but what drove you to keep going? Now, what actually is your title? You're a nurse. You're not just an RN. What exactly is your title, and what degrees do you hold in nursing?
Okay, I'm a nurse practitioner.
Okay.
And I do have a master's degree in nursing, leadership, and management. And now I am pursuing, which I should be graduating soon, a doctorate degree. And that is the highest level of nursing that you can achieve. And so I will be Doctor of Nursing Practice. So you'll call me Dr. Jacki soon.
Oh, I gotta call you. I just call you Jackie. But you're actually you've bachelor's, master's, and you're going for a PhD, which is a doctorate
Mhm.
in medicine. And I just got to applaud you to that. I mean, I had no idea the extent of the education that you were pursuing. I just
Yes.
would always hear, "Oh, Jackie did this and Jackie did that." I'm like, "Okay, all right," and I never really understood the extent of the level of education that you were reaching. So kudos to you and congratulations on that. Let me know when that graduation is there. I would love to attend
Yes.
and say, hey, that's my sister-in-law up there receiving her doctorate in nursing. All right, so you get all this education in nursing, and in my mind, your plate's full. How do you have time for anything else? So I know you're in nursing, and one day you contact me and say, hey, Jeff, I wrote a book. I wrote a book. I know you're in the book business, and it was to just let my soul live. Now, tell us a story about that book, because I understand you took a vacation and you went away to have quiet time and connect, with your higher power and your spirit with God in your life to give you motivation. Tell us about that book and where it was written and what you had to do to actually give birth to just let my soul live.
So while I was in nursing school, it was a very trying period for me at home. My home life was very unstable. So here I am trying to make me a better person, so to speak, in terms of career wise, so I can be of more stability for my two boys. And here I am fighting at home to stay above waters. And so as I switched careers, my husband at the time was not very happy because I was pregnant, switched career. Of course, I just lost my job and I decided to go back to school. So here it is, just one income coming in. So that put a strain on the marriage, even though we didn't even start having needs. It wasn't like I was being burdensome because I did get a severance pay. And so anyway, I went into nursing because I knew I needed more for me and for my children. And so during that moment, 2 years of nursing school and 2 years of marital abuse produced Just Let My Soul Live. I was not intended on writing a book. That was never part of my dream. But I was so broken and burdened at the same time
Okay.
to expose or expel what was inside of me. And
Yeah.
so I didn't know at the time that God was producing this person that I didn't even see. And so I during that whole period, I just kept taking notes of what was happening to me. The things that was happening to me at home was just astounding. I couldn't believe I was
Yeah.
going through all of that and simultaneously going to nursing school. And nursing school in and of itself is abusive.
Oh well, yeah. I've my wife Judy attended nursing school briefly when she was here.
Yes,
And yeah, it's very
yes,
difficult. It's very
yes.
trying. It's very stressful.
And so
Yeah.
let me just let your audience know, here I am. I came home for my last day of clinicals, knowing that in 2 weeks I will be graduated. And I just fell on my knees and I just started worshiping God because I couldn't believe that I've come this far. And
Okay.
I was crying so hard on my knees at my bedside. And what I was saying to God, I felt like it wasn't adequate enough to describe what I was feeling inside of me. And then I reached for my Bible. And it opened randomly to Psalms 119,
There we
verse
go.
175. And David
My
says,
favorite book
"Let
in the Bible
my
is the Psalms.
soul live, and it shall
Wow.
praise you." And that is how my story really started, that journey. And, the rest is history. I've written a second book. I have a third one and a fourth one and a
Yeah.
fifth one brewing inside of me.
I actually
So,
have the second book here, but when you said there was more to you than just the nursing, so God revealed another side, another gift that you have, and that is being an author, a very talented
yes,
author. I read Just My Soul Live. I think my book club featured it. I've interviewed you on my radio show before.
yes,
I actually have your second book. Um, have it.
my God encounter moments.
Yeah,
Hmm.
see, I actually have my second book right here. So I wanted to make sure I had this to show the viewers. Yeah, yeah, my God encounter moments. Now, you do just let my soul live, and I talked to you about the book, and you're saying, yeah, Jeff, I just wrote it. I'm not, flying around the world, book signings, book tours, book release parties, book expos. I just wanted to tell a story with that book.
Hmm.
But now you come with the second book. Um, my God encounter moments. How do we get to that book? Because just I asked you, was it a sequel? Was it a part two? And you said no. This is just another revelation. God has moved me to write another book. How do we get to those my God encounter moments? Second book.
See, Jeff, after Just Let My Soul Live came out, my life didn't stop progressing, evolving, and changing. And there were still a lot of demons that I was fighting within the relationship, even though we're separated. And simultaneously, God was there with me, showing me that He loves me, cares about me, elevating me. making me feel worthy and worth, I should say, because none of us are worthy, making me feel worth, making me feel valued. And so it was just one Saturday morning, I got up and just straight from my bed to my closet, and I just started writing. I didn't have anything premeditated. I just started writing about my encounter with God, because every day as I was living, He was showing me more of Him in my everyday life, in buying my house, going to school, making ways open for me to get good job, good
Yeah.
paying jobs. And He was just presenting Himself in a way that I've never experienced. And so my God encounter moments simply talks about my everyday living and how God made Himself tangible and made Himself visual
Excuse me.
in my life, everyday life. And so I just wanted to express that to others, to know that God is relevant to whatever your needs are, whatever desires you have. He is relevant, but you have to pay attention to His calling.
Yeah, well, both of your books, faith-based books, they speak about your relationship with God, and I know you're very passionate. You know, I know you. I call you a singer, you're an evangelist, you're a preacher. I've seen you preach, I've seen you sing, and I've seen you pray for people. Um, you talk about your relationship with God and how He actually speaks to you. Excuse me, one second. You talk about how He actually speaks to you. What do you attribute that to? Because a lot of people say, oh, I got a relationship with God and I'm saved, I'm this and that. You, on the other hand, every time I talk to you, you always make that clear. How about talk to you, hey, Jacki, how you doing today? You know what? God spoke to me this morning, and you taught me something when I was going through some struggles in my life, and you said I was going through a season. And you help
Mm.
me understand when things are going really, really good, and everything you pray for or everything you hope for seems to be happening. But on the other hand, when things are not going well, um, you said the same thing to me, that you're going through a season, you're going
Mm.
through, something that God is bringing to you to put Him closer to you. What do you attribute that to? That deep spiritual connection that you always speak about. What do you contribute that to?
I would say I had a great foundation, but I must say that that took me but so far. And
Mhm.
so as I grew, as a matter of fact, when I moved to Georgia and being by myself, no one
Yes.
else here, there's not many things that you call everyone to say, hey girl, this is going on. This no.
Yeah.
So I had to rely on talking to God.
Yes.
And I kept talking to Him. And I kept telling Him what was going on, how I was feeling. I need you. I was desperate. And so then I noticed He would help me.
Yeah.
And so then I went back.
The blessings start
And
coming.
yes, and then He would help me some more. And then I went back. So it's like any relationship that you start building trust. And that trust leads to faith. And then it just leads to every single tear, every anger, every happiness, every joy.
Yeah.
I go to Him and I seek Him. And I read His word when everything looks so dismal. I would read it and tell myself, believe it, hope in it, believe. It's a relationship building that takes you to different levels and different levels. And so for me now, I refuse to walk outside of that because it's too scary out there to live
Yeah.
outside of the will of God. It
Ooh,
is too
come
scary out there to live outside His guidance. And so I am very, very conscious and cautious. And
here.
everybody knows me. I'm crazy. I love to give a good joke. I am just really the life of the party. I
Yes.
am not a holy roller, as we would say. But let me tell you,
Yeah.
having a relationship with Christ is the best thing that has ever happened to me.
Yeah. So it is for me. I'm saved and baptized and believe in God and attend church regularly and have a strong relationship with Him. Um, but I want to go back to your education now, because you told me you're a speaker, a motivational speaker, and you have ambitions to educate and speak to others. Um, Where does that passion come from? Because you've achieved a lot in education, you've achieved a lot in nursing. Everything you seem to do and talk about is faith-based. God is an integral part of it. You're putting God first and everything you do. So your motivational speaking and your inspirational speaking, what can people look forward to if they come to see you speak, or if someone invites you to speak about your hopes, inspirations, and achievements? What are we going to hear?
This part of us as human being is the soul and the body and the spirit. I am not separated from either of those. I've had a very abusive marital relationship. So,
Sure.
hey, I understand that. Okay. There were days when I didn't know where my gas money was coming from. I can understand that. I know what it feels like to be lonely. I have been without a husband for almost 12 years. I know what it's like to be a single woman to raise her children. I know what it's like to buy a house. I know what it's like to not have the funds. So I am a human being who knows everything that can help. So not everything, but a lot of things that can help that person. If you're going through college, I know what it's like to go through school. I know the heartaches of going through nursing school. I know how it is for, trying to achieve what you want and you don't have all the resources. I know that. I know what it's like when I talk to my nursing students and I encourage them, because nursing is such a fearful place in school. And so I encourage them and inspire them and let them see their worth. So I can speak to a whole lot of different people. And
Yeah.
that's a blessing that God has given to me. But it came because of the experience. And so the experiences that I've had some have been very painful for me, but so I can be empathetic and I can be understanding. God told me years ago, before I understood this journey that he took me on, when I asked him, why am I going through this? Am I being punished?
Yes.
Is there a lesson to be learned? Did I do something wrong? And he told me in his words, the comfort that I give to you, you will give to others. So that is my mantra. That is the passion that gives me fulfillment to talk to people, whether it's educating them on their disease process, whether it's just telling them about life. That is what I'm here for, to give people confidence and hope and to assure them and let them know that, listen, I have gone through a lot, but here I am standing and you can be the same.
Yeah, well, you're inspiring me. You're an inspiration to me,
Thank
especially
you.
after I hear everything you've done and accomplished. After you went through so much, what advice would you give to young mothers, young single mothers, young divorced mothers out here who obviously go through the struggle? You're raising kids on your own, with or without the help of the father. You said you went through that, and you went through divorce. What advice would you give to young mothers, young women out here trying to make it on their own, in spite of all the setbacks and obstacles that are in their way?
I was told by my ex-husband, you're not a good mother. And that is very hard to hear. But a girlfriend of mine said to me during that moment, you may not be perfect, but never doubt who you are. And so I will pass that on to any single mother out there that's struggling. You may not be perfect, but never doubt who you are and pick yourself up, and you know that you're going to have to be that strong one for your child, and focus on the love and the care that you're going to give to that child. And yes, it's great to have some girlfriends, because I really had good girlfriends and family in my corner pushing me and supporting me. And so I would say to that mother, again, you may not be perfect, but never doubt who you are. And take that and walk in authority, knowing that I am the mommy and I am going to do the best that I can for these children or child.
Okay, well, those are very powerful words you would give. What would you say is the single most important thing that contributed to your success? You've done a lot, with raising the kids, pursuing a doctorate, writing the book. What is it that keeps you going? What is your motivation? What is your inspiration to achieve the success that you have in the things that you've chose to do?
Success is such a broad term. And so for me, sometimes, yes, I do look back and I'm like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't plan for this. But I remember the day when I surrendered
Oh,
everything to God.
okay.
Yes, I surrendered everything to God, my failures, my inadequacies, things I do well, things I don't do no well. I tell him my pain, I tell him my sadness. I surrender my entire being and get to understand, and I get to know who I am and accept who I am
Yeah.
in spite of what anyone else may think or judge. When you know who you are in God, it gives you that boldness. It gives you feel that oomph.
Okay.
Even the days when you're weak, you just go to Him, you come back out, and you're feeling like you can do this. And so, as you inspire others, it inspires you more to stay right there under His wings.
Wow. All right, everybody, you're watching the DJ Gatsby Show, WBMG TV. My guest is the esteemed Jacki Edwards, which is soon to be Dr. Edwards, nurse practitioner, author, motivator. I'm so excited. I don't even know if I know somebody with PhDs and doctorates and all that stuff, man. I'm so proud of you. Your daughter actually just went away to college. You're just in school. How was that separation anxiety going for you?
You know, a friend of mine says, "Are you crying yet?" I said, "Girl, only my money crying, not me."
Well, I just had
But
to.
I would say that I prepared for this moment.
Yeah.
Everything, and this will make me a little bit emotional because
Why?
this is why I fought.
So hard.
This is why I ran away from New York.
Yeah.
This is why I work hard
Yeah.
to give her the security, to give her the desire. She wanted to go away to college, she wanted to go to HBCU,
Sure.
and she wanted to do all that stuff. And this is why. And when I had her graduation party, which you were the DJ,
Yeah.
I must say, when I was getting dressed to leave, and her dad, I invited him, and he was out there waiting.
Of course.
And the tears came to my eyes. And I said, this is why I did what I did. So my daughter could grow up feeling wholesome, knowing her father and her mother loves her
Yeah.
in spite of. So I thought I did a good job, I must say. I pat myself on the back
Sure.
because I didn't want my child to grow up or my kids to grow up feeling they had to choose. Even though it was painful for me, it wasn't
Yeah.
easy. But the overall picture was to give them that wholesomeness, to once again, to that mother, keep that child in the forefront. Even though you're hurting, even though the father may cause you some really painful stuff, just remember it's about the child. So you build that home and that environment to make the child grow up feeling wholesome. That's important.
That is important. That you opened doors and you did things to give her the same opportunities that you enjoyed. Being able to
Yes,
go to school, being able to pursue an
yes,
education.
yes. And
And
communicate with her dad and to have that open
oh yeah.
line of
Yeah,
communication
but
for sure.
you mentioned that you were divorced and things didn't go well, but it seems he's still a very integral part of her life. You didn't push him away. You didn't keep him away from his kids, which a lot of times in relationships that happen. So
Right.
kudos to you on that as well.
See, you
Yeah.
before you go, I couldn't do that without having a relationship with God because
Oh
God
yeah.
had to give me that forgiveness and
Yeah.
that heart. So I am not saying it was easy because there were so many things that would make me want to be vindictive. But I
Sure.
can't say forgive me and not forgive him if I'm going to God to ask for forgiveness. It just doesn't work like that.
Wow. Well, big shout out to Ashley.
Yes.
Decided to
And
join
she's
in.
home already. Say she's She
Well,
got a ride to come home for the weekend and she
well,
took
she's
it.
only a few hours
Yeah,
away.
she said she missed. Now she's like, Mom, I'm not here. She went to look for her friends. It's okay. I would not deny her wanting to come home if
Yeah,
there was a possibility.
it's all the experience. I remember when my son went away to college, he was 8 hours away, and he wanted to come home whenever he had a chance to.
That's
He missed
right.
his
So,
mom's cooking. You
yes.
also have a teenage son, Julian. I ran into him at the DMV getting his driver's license, and I'm saying,
Yes,
wow,
me.
he's
Yes,
there
yes,
already. So
yes.
you got one in college, one starting to drive. You're doing a great job. You're a great
Thank
mom.
you. Thank you. To God be the glory.
Yeah. Um, you are a very remarkable woman. And you're much more than an author. You're much more than a nurse practitioner. And I hope you continue on the journey, the path that you are. You don't know what God has in store with you, but I see yourself
Mm.
following and you putting Him in everything you do. But what is next for you? With the nursing, I understand you're pursuing your doctorate. With the books, you said you have a couple of more books that you're looking to publish in the future. Um, you're very passionate about being a motivational speaker and educator. Outside of that, what's next for Jacki? What are the goals and dreams, did you have for yourself?
It evolves over time, but I think as I'm older now,
Yeah.
I looking forward to continuing the writing and of course to this more speaking engagements just to
Sure.
inspire others to take action. And whether it's and also I am pursuing my own business.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, it's called How May I Help You? And
Yeah.
that is a disease management coaching company. Actually, it is established. I just have not officially launched as yet. Still working on some of the foundational work. And so I am looking forward to that and to inspire people one-on-one to help them. I've worked in our Black and Brown community for a while doing nursing, and I do community health and preventive medicine, health assessments, and oh my God, the need is great. And so that is where I'd like to just put in my time and energy into just educating and helping others to self-management and take care of themselves. In terms of my own personal life, just want to travel. I would love to be married again. Um,
Whoa, slow down. We got some more. We got some brothers out there. We got
And I'm
some
not
brothers
trying to
out
put
there.
myself on the market. I
Let
am
me, let
just
me
being
add up
very
to that. Let
honest
me
because
add a
I'm
couple
very
of brothers.
authentic.
We make
I'm
sure
very
I put that
honest.
out there. I didn't want to touch on
I'm
that,
not
but
putting it out there for anyone, but I say that to be
it's
authentic
yeah,
and to say that it's something that I've been talking to God about, like
sure,
anything else. So,
sure.
like I said, I'm wholesome. I'm a total person, and so if He's going to lead me into a good career and all these different things, why not into a good man?
Yeah.
And so I believe that, and so it's part of life. And so I would love that to have someone that's compatible in travel and,
Sure.
we like to affect people and make people just take action and inspire and motivate and charity work. Those are the things I'm looking to do,
No, that's what
charity
I'm
and,
about.
and just work three
It's
days a
good that you
week.
mentioned that because there's a stigma and wives tells that women who are ambitious and driven to succeed don't have the compassion or that's not something they're interested in. And I never believed that.
That's a
Anyway, no
lie
matter what a woman
from
does,
the
what a
pit of
man does,
hell.
there's always room for love in your
Yes.
heart, and that's good that you're not saying I'm just tunnel vision and this is all
Oh,
I have. I
no.
don't have time. You said if God brings a man into your life and is meant to be there, you're open and looking for that. That's great. Listen, before we go, you mentioned the How May I Help You? Now, is that a website? Because you told me about that before. Is it a website? Is it a Facebook page? What is that? Because very interesting. I'm very interested in that.
Well, the website is actually up. I'm not taking any appointments so far.
Okay.
So if someone just want to go and check it out, is www.howmayihelpyou.com. And so it's there. It's beautiful, just not taking any appointments as yet. I'm not ready. Give me some
Okay. Oh,
time.
listen, we're going to get the word out there, man. We'll get
Yes,
the
I
word
want to
out
be
there.
ready for
People are
you.
always
Yes.
getting information about, health, eating
Yes.
right, dieting, exercising, things that can help you live a healthier life. In the Black community, high blood pressure, diabetes,
Yes. Those
cholesterol,
are the
all these
three.
things
Yes, those three.
affect us. And
Hmm.
with something like that, it's just another resource to get information. All right.
That's
So
right.
now your other website, your personal website, why don't you just give us your
How do we try?
website? Jackie, Jackie Edwards dot me or something like that. You have another
Yes.
website where people can contact you. What's the name of that?
Yes. So it's once again www.JackiEdwards.me, and Jacki is Jacki, no E,
Yeah.
then Edwards. So it's JackiEdwards.me. And you can also from there connect to How May I Help You. You can also connect to my Facebook and Instagram pages. So everything is connected from that page, and you can email me from there. And I think there's even probably a phone number. I'm not sure, but you can definitely email me. And it's www.JackiEdwards.me. No E on Jackie. You can also
Yeah.
purchase my books from that page and connect to Amazon. So that's the link to get in touch with me.
Wow. Listen, we had a lot of people on the chat that didn't able to get through it, but big shout to your sister Janet. Did you just celebrate her
Hey,
birthday? She
Janet.
chimed in.
Yes.
My aunt Rhonda Wilson, my man Peter Harry, Adrian Michette, Demetrius Ford. Um, my other aunt Ruth is watching the show. So I want to say a big shout out to everybody who's actually watching and who's in on the chat. Jackie, it's always a pleasure to have you. I've had
Yes.
you on my radio show. We've done a print interview. This is the most informative one that we've done so far. I told you I wanted to get into the video medium. So are you. I love your background. I love your studio setup that you have there.
Thank
And,
you.
I love to have you on again to talk more extensively about the things that you're so passionate about. Is there any shout outs or anything you want to say to anybody before we go?
I just want to say thank you for everyone for tuning in. But for some reason, you mentioned that single woman and that single mother. And I'm always very passionate.
Yes,
I do
yes,
understand. And I just want to say that you are doing your best. Just keep your head forward, tune out the noise, just make that conscious decision to take care of you and your child or your children. Pray to God and ask Him for strength. Don't lean on your own understanding. Have your friends, your girlfriends, whoever you can that can give you support. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to have a little pity party, but get back up and don't have that party in front of the kids. And just be strong and know that you can do this. I am rooting for you.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you
sure you
so
definitely
much.
are an inspiration to women all over the world,
Yes.
especially in the healthcare field, authors, um, and single mothers out there. I just want to say, God bless you. We'll continue to pray for you and all that you do. Still looking forward to you just to come and visit me and my wife at our home.
I will. My sister's getting
We
to
said
me.
everybody's been here but Jackie's busy. But the invitation still stands there, and I look forward to seeing you again
Thank
sometime
you.
soon. Please keep me informed about the upcoming books
Yes,
and the
I
other things
will.
that you got going on. I've always been a supporter, and really, really excited about the success and the things that you're achieving.
Thank you so much. And tell my sister I do take care of mom on the weekends. So
Oh
if
yeah,
she wants to see me,
yeah, I know you
she
take
can
care of your
come
mom when
and
you to do it.
sit with mom so I can go to her house. No.
I have to come over there and see your mom. I haven't seen her since
Yes.
the cookout. I DJ the cookout for your daughter.
Yes.
Um, but kudos to you and everything you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. And I appreciate being on your program, and all the best to you.
No, I listen. I need interesting people. It's hard to find. It's not easy to find people who interesting lives. Not so much when you're well known or not, but you're like a hidden gem out here with what you're doing and the success that you had, and you're willing to give back
Yes.
and share the knowledge and experience that you have overcoming these struggles. And a lot of people don't get an opportunity to do that. So I still know you've been on much more prestigious and well-known shows. I've seen some interviews, but thank you so much for coming on this show today. Again, everybody, it's DJ Gatsby, WBMG TV, with my guest, Jacki Edwards. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at DJ Gatsby X. Follow me on YouTube at the DJ Gatsby Show. Our show airs every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're broadcasting live on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. So look for our shows there. Visit my website, www.who'swhoinafricanamericanliterature.com, where we feature prominent African-American authors. You'll find Jacki Edwards listed there, as well as links to buy her 2 books. She's one of the featured authors on my website. So, Jacki, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, DJ.
I'm looking forward to seeing you again real soon. And thank you for supporting me in all that I do.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
All right. So good night. God bless everyone. Stay COVID-free. Wear your mask and protect yourselves and your family. Have a blessed weekend. And I'll see you next Friday right here on the DJ Gatsby Show, WBMG TV at 6:30 p.m. Good night. God bless.